Hey, it's Marissa, and I thought it'd be fun to show you everything I made in 2023. And I also want to show you some projects that I didn't finish. We're gonna do a little try on so you can see everything since I make wearables. And then at the end, I want to talk about some goals that I set for myself this year, and then some crochet goals I have going into 2024. Let's get started. So 2023 started out really slow for me crochet wise. I was really burnt out from the Christmas holiday where I made a tote bag for my boyfriend's mom, and it turned out really cute, but after making so many granny squares, I was really over it. I'll show you a picture here. And so I didn't start crocheting until February. That's when I got like my Crojo back. So the first thing I made was, with some leftover yarn I had, was like a Valentine's Day themed bucket hat. I feel like these bucket hats have had like a chokehold on the crochet world. And I followed, I think, Erin Reiko's tutorial on YouTube. So I'll try this on for you. I thought it was really cute. Yeah, oh, I love this hat. It's so cozy. It was really perfect to get started because it's such a quick project. And so like when you have that, when you finish a project, you feel so good. So I think it's really good to start off with a smaller project if you're trying to get your Crojo back. I know this definitely helped me, and it turned out really cute in time for Valentine's Day. I love it. I should wear this more. All right, next up is the Francis cardigan. This was the first pattern that I bought this year, and I had never made a large project before, like a sweater or cardigan, and so I knew it was gonna take me a lot of time, so I worked on this for a couple of months, and then this is the result. I'll do a little try on for you, and I should note that I will link all of the patterns that I mentioned in the description if you want to make any of these projects as well. Look how fun these sleeves are. I love the bell sleeves. I love the pom-poms. It's so cute. I used a self-striping yarn so I could avoid all of the color changes, because a huge project and a ton of color changes to start would have definitely got me off track, but I think it turned out really funky. I love these bell sleeves. These are definitely my favorite part. All right, next up is another quick project. I was feeling the burnout again, of course, for making a big project like a cardigan. So I saw this tutorial. I think I saved it on Instagram, but it may have originally come from TikTok. But it's just one of those flower water bottle holders. It was really cute. I really wanted to learn this like tulip stitch, and I have a purple, like periwinkle water bottle, so I thought it would complement it great. I used a cotton yarn so it wouldn't like stretch as much. And look, it's perfect. I love it. And then I just crocheted it to the size of my water bottle, and like, yeah, I absolutely love it. I like to take this to yoga. So when I'm just like running to my yoga class, I can just beep. And I've got my water with me. And next up, I have a cute little top. I made this top because I just fell in love with the yarn. I did my first order on Universal Yarn, and it was one of my first times ordering yarn online from a shop I I've never seen the yarn in person before, which is tough. You never know what you're gonna get. So this is the cloud top. Oh, that's the back. This is the cloud top. It's an off the shoulder top, which I'll try on for you. But this yarn is beautiful. It's all different sizes, and it's got these like puffy, woolly type yarn, and then a really soft yarn with some sheen. And I just loved it. It worked up so quickly, and the pattern, again, was by Erin Reiko, which I'll link below. But it was super duper quick to work up. I wear this out all the time, and I definitely want to make another one. The yarn is a little bit pricey, but it's just so worth it. It's such a fun color combination, and I really love the idea of working with a yarn that has different sizes throughout it, because you never know like how it's gonna turn out. I can make this top again with the same exact yarn and it would look completely different. I really love this top because you can wear it off the shoulder, you can wear one up for that kind of like lazy look. You can wear both up and then it looks like a tank top too. And I just wear a nude bra underneath and it looks great and it's super duper comfy. I'll also try to link the yarn if I can find it since I made this top in the spring, but I thought it was the perfect like going out take on a crochet top. I really love it. Erin's patterns online, or like her tutorials, are just chef's kiss. In May is when I found one of my now favorite pattern designers, Lizard and Hook, and I went crazy and I just bought a ton of her patterns that she had on sale. And the first one I made is the Demer top. I made it into a crop top version. And this was also from my Universal yarn order. It's just so pretty and spring, summery. I wore this to a friend's birthday party and it was perfect. It was at a cute little cafe that was tarot themed. I'll show a picture here. And what I love about this Demer top and the pattern is that she offers so many different variations. So this is just the crop top version. And I also made a second bralette version. So let's try this one on. So this is the Demer top on. I really love the fit and the yarn I chose for this project was so perfect. I will let you know what material I used. I believe it was bamboo or a bamboo blend, but it was from Universal Yarns and it's just so pretty. I love this detail right here and this keyhole. It's just perfect, and that's why I fell in love with the pattern. And so I worked this one up so quickly that I ended up making a second one, which I will show you now. So this is the second Demer top and I really like it. The only thing is these little flaps. Honestly, I think I can fix it by threading it, like threading these straps through the side to just pull it one more time. Or maybe, I don't know, I don't know. I love this project, but the flaps drive me nuts, to be completely honest. So I haven't worn this top out yet, and I don't have the patience to fix it. But what I do love about it is that it truly shows how versatile her patterns are, because this is a crop version, and it's still got all of the same beautiful details, added strap here. So that it's so cool because you buy one pattern, but then you can make 6, 7, 8 different items, truly, the way you mix and match. And this project also taught me like it's important what material you choose. So for this, I held together cotton yarn and then a sequin thread yarn. and it just made it so much stiffer. So I think it's really on me, not the pattern on these flaps. So I learned a lot making this pattern, and yeah, I hope that you can make it too, but learn from my mistake. Use like bamboo or a softer yarn, a softer blend that will hold shape better than a stiff cotton yarn. Up next, I have a second Summer Days daisy bag. I showed you a quick photo in the beginning, and this is the project that burnt me out over the holidays. But I made one for myself because I loved it so much. The pattern is so easy to follow, and she also has instructions on her YouTube for some of like the harder parts, and it was a Lion brand kit. So I made one for myself since I still had some of the white and yellow yarn. I just got the pink yarn, and it's just so pretty, and I don't know, it fits me perfectly. I mean, I made it for myself, so it should, but it's just that perfect length, right, where I want it. With this bag, I use cotton yarn again, so it holds really well. I have stuffed so much stuff in it. I've also, I also like to use tote bags to organize my crochet projects, so I also use it for that. Up next on the list is another lizard and hook pattern. Like I said, I was obsessed. So this is the Sunburst Mosaic top. And again, this is another pattern that has a ton of different variations. That's where it's like, you really get a bang for your buck when you buy a pattern online, because it's really important to choose where your money goes, and it's absolutely worth every single penny when I buy any of Lizard and Hook's patterns. I made like a triangle bandana top, which I'll try on for you, but I know there's different variations of like crop tops or even a dress. That's what I eventually hope to make, and I have the pattern still since I purchased it. So in the future, when I'm ready to make a dress version, all I have to do is get the yarn. But it's so pretty. This was another purchase of bamboo yarn through Universal Yarns, and it's so pretty. I wanted to make a dress in the same color because I love it so much, but they've been sold out in the color sand for so long. It's such a bummer. So this is the Sunburst Mosaic top. My hair is getting more and more disheveled as the video goes on with all these try-ons, so bear with me. I really love this top, but again, it's like one that doesn't fit me perfectly, so I haven't worn it out. I think I just need to get some sticky boob tape to hold it up. I'm afraid that like they're gonna pop out. Not that I have big boobs or anything, but I don't know, I just worry about a nip slip. I might make the other variation where it's like kind of more square here and a square here, and then with straps here. But I had never made a top like this before, so I really wanted to try. But it's still savable. Maybe like I'll add another strap here just to like give me more support. And also I think like just the placement of the squares, it kind of makes like my boobs have eyes. I don't know if that's weird, but I feel like they're just looking right at you in this top. So I don't know. I haven't worn it out yet. We'll see if I have the confidence to take this outside, but I'll definitely need some tape or to add a strap first. But it's really cute. There's so many different variations. The square version just continues the squares on, but I'm a little worried to like take on such a big project, and if it doesn't fit me properly, which is like on me, I would just feel really discouraged, and I probably wouldn't even finish it if I know that it's gonna fit me wrong. But I still really like it. It was a really fun project, and these squares are so cute and detailed. She does an amazing job with her pattern, and that's why it comes out so cute. Like these details. Yeah, I love it. It's a good one. So now we're heading into my August projects, and this is when I started my crochet Instagram and had thoughts of starting an Etsy crochet business. And so this is when I started to take it a little more seriously. And so my first project I made with the hopes of maybe putting these into my Etsy shop. And I really wanted to retry Tunisian crochet, but something other than simple stitch. So I was trying these like honeycomb stitches, and I crocheted them with elastics so that you could stretch them over your head, because I had made some Tunisian crochet headbands just fully all the way around and it didn't fit my head well, and like you can't adjust it, so at least the elastics give you some stretch. This one was the first one I made. We can try it on here. And I thought it ended up being too wide. I like to put my bangs in the front when I wear my headbands, but that's just me. Let's see. And so like, yeah, I just think it ended up a little too thick for my liking, but I do still like it. Oh, this looks cute. Yeah, I really like it. This, I mean, it's definitely not perfect, but right now in winter, it could keep like my ears warm. So now I'm starting to like it a little bit more. And since I didn't like this first one, like right off the bat, I made a skinnier version with some other yarn I had lying around. And I think I even wore this to a bridal party with similar colored jumpsuit. It just gives it that, I don't know, like adding crochet to your outfits, even as accessories, I think just makes it look a little sweeter. Like cottagecore-y, I guess, I don't know. But it's really cute. All right, we're not even halfway there yet, and we have yet again another lizard and hook top. When I say that her patterns had a chokehold on my crochet journey this year, I would say that's an understatement. I spent so much time making this top because I added some color changes, and this one is called the Venus top. It's so cute and it's so detailed, going from granny square to like, I don't know, pentagon, five-sided, and then there's squares at the bottom. Just this construction, I don't even know how she comes up with this. I've seen so many similar patterns over the years just because I've been crocheting a lot, but this is completely different. I don't know how to tell you. And even like these are the same squares but just with like different color variations, so you can make this in so many different ways. You don't even have to color change, which is really nice too if you want to keep it simple. So this took me forever. It still looks fantastic, and like just, yeah, I would never think of how to construct this. The details, like even this little triangle, all of the little flowers, this big keyhole, which I really like. It shows off my tattoo really nicely. I'm obsessed with this top. I will definitely wear it again. I don't know if I have the patience to make another one, but you should totally make one. So next up is definitely my most worn crochet piece of this year, and it's a black velvet velour beanie. I'm obsessed. It's ridiculously soft. The yarn doesn't come apart, and this is when I found out about the Juicy Couture yarn release. Of course, I had to try it and I am in love. It's just, it gives a beanie a more elevated look when it's velvet velour. And it's just so cozy. If you have this yarn and don't know what to do with it, highly suggest making a beanie. This is one I'm going to keep, and yeah, I should make more. I should add these to the shop because it's just so adorable. Next up is an item that I don't have with me. I made 2 more velvet beanies, and they were in a jewel toned burgundy, pink, purple. And I don't have these because I sold 2 in my Etsy shop. So I'll put a photo right here so you can see what I made. But it was really, really hard not to keep it. I was so in love with my first beanie, but the goal is to sell on Etsy. So I gotta put myself and my things out there and let them go to their new home. All right, up next is another item that I made with the Juicy Couture velour yarn. And this is another item that I see crocheters making everywhere, and it's the Granny Square balaclava. I made it with, yeah, the Juicy Couture velour yarn. And as you can see, like, my ends kind of stick out, so that's why I'm not 100% in love with it. And I just poke them through, like this one's sticking out. I poke them through to the back, cut them, but you know, it doesn't matter that much. It's not that serious. But it's just so cute. I live in San Diego, so I don't really know the true use case. I guess I'll be going up north for the holidays. Maybe I'll go snowboarding or like to the snow or mountains with my friends. But it's really cute. I love it. And I think this different yarn, it just sets it apart. So I'm really happy. I used a YouTube tutorial. So I'll link that below so you can make one as well. Everybody's making these, so you should too. Okay, we're officially halfway through, and this next project was not for me, but it was for my boyfriend. I was obsessed with making headgear for a little, so I made this cute little beanie for my boyfriend. It's pretty stiff. I think I used a different yarn, and like the brim is so wide. Honestly, I don't love this beanie. I might make him another one, but yeah, this is what I made. Let's see. Like, it's just so big. I don't know. It's kind of laughable. And I don't know, I'm not a thick brim girl, but push it to the back, make it cute. Like, if I put it all the way on, I could sleep in here. Silly. But yes, the yarn I'll have to look up the yarn I used because it actually is really, really nice and cozy for a beanie, and I would like to make more beanies with this yarn. I gotta make it smaller. It's way too thick. Up next, you may recognize this from my last video, but it's the summer sweater by Belina. And yeah, I love this. It's such a fun project. It's a great scrap yarn project. I wanted mine to look really similar to Belina's. So what I did was I looked at the yarn that she used and the different like tones and shades of yellow, and I picked purple colors to match that. So if she used a light yellow, I picked a light purple. Where she used cream, I used cream. Dark purple for where she had dark yellow. And then like a grayish yellow, I picked a grayish purple. So that's kind of how I customized it to be my own while still using her pattern. And I love it. I'm obsessed. It's just like a basic mesh pattern that everyone needs to make. So next up, we're getting into the fall season. So I thought it would be fun to use this fuzzy Karen Cakes yarn to make an infinity scarf. An infinity scarf is like one of those projects that I tried to make when I first started crocheting, but I couldn't get like the slip stitch right when you would connect them in the round. So it was something that was always really hard for me, and now that I had a little more skills, it was super easy to make. So I made it with the intention of wrapping it around, being able to lift it up like a snug little hood. But this is one of the crochet projects that, like, after I made it, or as I was making it, I was in love with it. But after I made it, I kind of hate it. I'm still gonna use it. I think I look like a hairy nutsack. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fuzz on my head, but I just think I look like a cute little testicle, to put it plainly. So maybe I gotta wear it down, layer it a little more. But I will be making one in a different color so I look a little less fleshy. I don't know. Might just be my brain. I can't unsee it, so it's gonna be an infinity scarf for the time being. Now we're in the beginning of November, and this is when I got my Centro knitting machine, and I went crazy. So I'm gonna lump these items together because I made a lot of scarves and beanies. I made these reversible beanies, which is really cool. I have these on my Etsy shop. Yeah, they're really cool. I don't know, I love the similar colored reversible together. I don't know, I really like these, and I love wearing beanies. So this fits my mood, if I want it dark, if I want it light. And they're just it's knit, so it's really snug on your head, and it's double layered since it's like reversible. So it's really, really warm. This is like the brown version. I also made a green version because I really like green. So we got dark green and light green. I think I like the dark color being out the most. But I think this would be like the perfect beanie, like if you go on a hike and you just want to stay warm. Yeah, I'll put the tutorial that I used. It was on YouTube for these reversible beanies. I went scarf crazy as well. I just bought a lot of self-striping yarn, Cairn Cakes for the win. This one is in Bewitching. And it's just so cute. I used the whole cake, and you really get full scarf out of it. I like it. So you get my hair out of there. Yeah, it's so cute. These were the perfect fall colors. Not that I really need a scarf out here in San Diego, but I run cold, so it's fine. And the other scarf I made is in the color Oyster. And I just love it. It's like neutral, beachy. So if I want to go to the beach in December, I can. Probably don't even need a scarf still, but it's cute. I like it. So my Centro, this was like my Centro crazy month. Next up, we have another tote bag. This was actually my first pattern test, so I was really excited to be selected to test this tote bag for Fibra Collective. This is the diamond tote bag. And if you can see, I used a sparkly yarn. I believe it's Lion brand. It's their bamboo version of yarn. And then I striped the colors. To be quite honest, I did not learn from my own mistake of when to use cotton yarn and when to use bamboo yarn. Since I use bamboo yarn here, whenever I put anything in this bag, it stretches a lot. But for the pattern test, I really wanted to use the correct size yarn. So that's why I chose this bamboo yarn. But I think in the future, I'm gonna make one with cotton yarn just so it doesn't stretch. Up next is not a crochet wearable, but it just so happens to be my most popular Instagram reel post. It blew up for me with the person who only has like 200-ish followers. This is my Beware Ogre tapestry. I'm currently in the pattern testing phase, so I hope to release it in the coming weeks so you can make one too. But I was obsessed with Shrek growing up, so I thought it would be fun to do a Shrek themed tapestry pattern. Next up is another headwear option. This was a really cool pattern test for Dilly Fiberworks, and it's a mix between the Centro knitting machine and crochet, which is something that I've been playing with in my mind, or like trying to think of ideas of how I can mix the two, not just by like slip stitching panels together, but something more creative. And Dilly did just exactly that. She created this balaclava pattern, so it's mostly Centro knit, but then we crocheted the face ribbing and bottom ribbing, and we crocheted some panels together. So her pattern just released on her Etsy. I'll link it below. But this was a really, really fun project. It's so satisfying because the panels work up so quickly. And it turned out so cute. I love the little drawstrings. I love the face ribbing and how it's like smaller around the face, but still big here to keep me warm. I also love, like, you can put it down so it kind of just like keeps you warm if your head gets too hot, but still it's such a cute look. And this self-striping, I think it's Karen Cake's Blossom. It turned out really, really nice on the side. So definitely check out her pattern if you have a Centro knitting machine, or an Addy, that would work too. Because this balaclava turned out really cute. One thing I learned from this project is that maybe I cannot trust my row counter. I don't know, like, I tried to count how many rows I did, but it is a teensy bit big. Maybe I'll try to make a snugger one, but I like it. Like, if I have big hair that day, it works. Yeah, you should totally make one. Up next, we have the pearly sweater. It's so cute. I'm obsessed with these pearls. And this was a pattern test for my little cutie pie. She will be releasing her pattern soon, so I'll link it in the description below. But I thought using the Hobie Pearly Haze from my last video was going to be perfect for this pattern test. And I'm obsessed with the outcome. The mesh pattern works up so quickly. This cute little collar, it's like a little Peter Pan collar, is just adorable, and I love this top. And with this long sleeve underneath, it's great for winter, but if it gets too warm, I can still wear a little tank top underneath or bralette, and it looks really cute still. So yes, be sure to check out her pattern for the pearly sweater. So I have one more project that I'm gonna complete this year, but I'm gonna be out of town over the holidays, so I didn't want to wait to make this video just to show you this finished project. But this is my Olivia Vest. This is a pattern test for Crochet by Des, and it's a really, really cool cable crochet pattern. This is my first time doing any type of cable work, and I think it's gonna turn out awesome. Like, I'm started on the back panel already, but we're gonna add some ribbing here, some ribbing along the sides, and I think it's gonna turn out cute. This is my first crochet vest. Can't do a try on quite yet, but you can see how it's working out. This will be my last project for the year. I also wanted to show you guys some projects that I did not finish and why, because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. It's easy to think like, oh, she crochets so fast, she crochets a lot, how does she do it? Because that's what I think about others, but there's a ton that you don't see. And first up is this Centro top. I like, it could be so cute. It could be so cute. I was trying to create a top on my Centro knitting machine. And it came out really, really nice, but these armholes are way too tiny and the panels are not like long enough to cover the width of my arm or like the diameter of my arm. So I really I just set this project aside because it's so frustrating. I spent so much time knitting up these panels. I also have the other 2 panels that are gonna be too small. So it's gonna leave, if I do make it, it's gonna leave a big gap in the armpit, which I'm not really loving, but I really don't wanna remake this right now. So maybe I'll get back to it later, but I don't know, she's abandoned right now. And up next is a tapestry crochet pattern that I started. And I don't know, I just got so bored with all the color changes and it ended up being way bigger than I wanted it to. So it's not working up as quickly as I want. But this was gonna be a SpongeBob themed tapestry, but I just don't have the patience. I like my wearables. And the last project that I've abandoned is this Zora top. It's so cute. I love the pattern. I just think I chose the wrong yarn yet again. This yarn is just so stretchy. It's a merino yarn, and as I was making it, the pattern is so pretty that I want to be able to show the details, and I think it would show better with a more sturdy yarn instead of a stretchy yarn, because if I put it on and it stretches, I don't know, it's such a cool, unique pattern, and I'll link it in the description below, of course, but I don't know, it's so cute, but I need to choose a better yarn, but I don't want to undo it quite yet, just in case I want to keep it. So I've just put it to the side and I'm ignoring her for the time being until I have the heart to go back to this project. This last pattern I'm gonna share with you is very near and dear to my heart. This is a dress pattern that I've been working on since the summer, and it's really nerve-wracking to put yourself out there and to share what you've created with the world, but I'm gonna debut it for you today. So this is the dress. I haven't named her yet, but I went for a 70s look, color scheme. And I think the stitches look really, really nice. I love this polka dot effect that it has. And I love these ruffle sleeves. So the hardest part of writing this pattern is thinking of ways to make it size inclusive. I made it perfect to fit my body, but I want people to make it perfect to fit their own body. It is a made to measure pattern, but I want to make sure that it works for all sizes, small and large and in between. So yeah, hopefully you'll see this coming early next year. But for now, I'm sharing it with you here first. This wraps up the portion of the video where I talked about everything I made in 2023. And now I want to move into my goals that I set for myself this year, because I think it's really important to be intentional and to think about how you want to proceed throughout the year. So for this past year, my goals were to do a pattern test, to open an Etsy shop, and to be consistent on social media. And I was able to do that. I was applying to pattern tests over and over again, and I finally got to do 3 of them. So I'm really, really proud of that. And then I opened up my Etsy shop this year, just a few months ago. I've got my first 2 sales, so really excited about that. It's not much, but it's what I manifested for myself. And then to be consistent on social media, I know that it's an ongoing goal, which I'll carry on throughout the next year. But achieving these goals for myself is really motivating me going into 2024. So for 2024, I wrote down my goals. I want to do 1 YouTube video a month just to help with staying consistent on social media. I would like to work on executing ideas instead of just brainstorming. For example, the stress, I've sat on this idea for so long. But actually just going and doing it is the hardest part for me, getting started. And it took me so long to finish it. So getting it out of my brain and onto my hook is a goal that I'm bringing into 2024. And then my last goal is to finish this dress pattern. Again, I've been working on it for so long. It's halfway written, but I'm nervous to put it out there for the world. Like, what if it doesn't fit everybody exactly how I intend it to? So I will be working on that. Hopefully a pattern test will be coming soon in the new year. So I really got to finish that up. I think it's really important to set goals for yourself. Even, it doesn't have to be business oriented, even if it's just to finish that one project you put aside, or to try like your creativity at a freehand project instead of just following patterns, which is fine too. Maybe it's to buy your first crochet pattern and complete it. I would love to hear what you have in mind. What's your goals for 2024, crochet oriented or not? But I think just consciously thinking of your goals really helps in manifesting them, helping it come to life, and achieving them. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you had any favorite pieces of mine that I created this year in 2023, and if you decide to set any crochet goals for 2024, let me know down below in the comments. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.